Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another little Get Ready With Me video. If you weren't aware, I'm starting a new series on my YouTube channel where after I do my Shop My Stash and pick out all the new makeup that I'm going to be trying for the month, both brand new products that I'm going to be testing and also other products that I've had in my collection that I want to bring back and get some more use out of, I'm going to sit down and do a makeup look and put all of that on my face. And I just get to kind of sit back and relax and play with makeup and also test out the new products and kind of give you a little bit of a first impression with what I do have on them. So yeah, that is a plan for today and nothing too big. If you didn't see my Shop My Stash and want to see everything that I'm going to be trying out for this month and all the possibilities that I have currently in my everyday makeup drawer, you can check out this video right here. I think it's there, and see all the products that I have in my Shop My Stash. But you can go and watch that video if you want to see it, but let's go ahead and just jump right into it and get going with this makeup look. Alright, so I know I'm scooted in pretty darn close. I feel like it's a little close, but I also want it to be useful for you guys to be actually able to see what I'm doing on my eyes, so that is why I'm scooted in. But anyway, we are going to start with the eyes, and I just realized I forgot to bring down my primer and like my regular concealer that I use on my eyes, so we are just going to jump right in and try a new concealer that I have. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Let's pray this doesn't mess up the way my eyeshadow applies. So we'll just go with this, and honestly, as long as it doesn't mess up how it applies, it won't matter because I'm not going to wear this all day. I have just put the kids to bed, so if you hear any noises in the background, I have both of their monitors here, and Olivia tends to read herself a couple of books before going to bed. So you might, I don't know if my phone will pick up anything, but you might hear a little bit of talking or singing. She's singing the alphabet right now. Okay, so this definitely doesn't want to blend out very nicely with a brush. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it almost makes it looks like my eyes are extremely textured over there. Maybe it was just drying too fast. I don't know. You know what? I think I have a wet sponge. Let me try that. I don't know if this is gonna work, because if my base doesn't look good, I'm not going to try putting eyeshadow on top of that, because that's just not gonna be a good story. Well, this is not starting off well. Yeah, I don't know. Let me try to get in close. Okay, so I tried to turn the brightness down a bit, but it's like kind of just weird here. Definitely like catching in on the lines, but also it didn't like blend out evenly. It did something funky here, but then it's kind of like sparse here. It's weird. All right, so I just cleaned off my eyes. I think I'm just gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and see if that works. Yeah, nothing like what that concealer was doing. All right, so there we go. Oof. That was a little adventure that I wasn't expecting, but our eyes are primed. I have mascara residue underneath my eyes, sorry about that, but let's go ahead and move into the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the Spectrum from Prism Makeup, their eyeshadow palette. Now this is a newer brand to me. I will leave their information down below. I don't know if they just are a duping brand or if they have a mix, but this palette, as you can see, is definitely duping the Prism palette. Kind of funny because the brand is called Prism, but it's trying to dupe the ABH Prism palette that came out a couple years ago, and I was really excited because I did not get my hands on that before. It just wasn't available anymore. So I'm really excited. If you guys didn't know, I tried the Bad Habit dupe for the Prism palette and did not like it. So I'm very hopeful and hoping for good things. So let me just grab my Moda Pro brush. I really like this brush. It reminds me of one from It Brushes for Ulta. And I'm just going to hop into this peachy shade right here and just start warming up the crease. That went on really nicely. Really easily. Yeah, that honestly, no issues. It maybe looks a touch sheer here, but honestly, that's getting super picky. It looks really nice out here, so maybe it's just a lighting thing. I really want to use this purplish shade, and I also kind of want to use this green shade. They all have names. I don't know if you care for me to name them. I just use Shook in my crease. But let's go with one more color to deepen things up, this orange, Run the Town. I'd love to know what you guys think of the audio in my recent videos. I know some of the videos have been pre-recorded, like I just did recently. The Desi and Katie Friendcation palette swatches, and that I recorded before I started using my phone. But I know, you know, for example, the monthly makeup review video, the Shop My Stash, and the Palette Palooza videos were all done using my phone as a microphone. Like the, it's the Memo app. If you have an iPhone, that's what I've been using. I got that idea from Mel Thompson. She mentioned it in her behind the scenes of a YouTuber tag, I think. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's a really good idea. I have an iPhone and I wonder if I could just use that, because I was actually on the verge, like literally on the verge. I had it in my cart and I was just waiting for a sale. On the verge of buying a mic, because when I filmed down here, I hated how the audio sounded. So I was gonna buy a microphone, and the one I was looking at was, I think, over 100. Like 150, I can't remember. It was one of the Rode mics. I was just trying to figure out which one and whatnot. But anyway, and when she said that, I was like, you know what, I could do that. I'm only really doing it like once a month when I actually come down here and do the videos. I don't even know what our next house is going to be like, so maybe like the room I do will be perfect all the time and I won't need a mic or whatever, what have you. So I was like, let me just try my iPhone microphone and see if I like it. And I kind of do. I definitely have. I've been playing around with it sometimes just to try to get it to sound real good and not be too like accentuated, because since I'm doing it on my phone, I find that the audio can be very low, so I kind of have to bring it up and clean it up a little bit, which I was doing before when I just had it with my camera. But anyway, all that to say, playing around with it, trying to figure it out, but for the most part, I feel like I really do like it. Okay, going into Heartless, this green. I want to put that on the outer corner. And I'm just using a flat dome shader L210 brush from Stilazzi. One of my favorite brushes by them. I like how small it is, but it's still like a blender slash packer. Okay, this is going on really nicely. I have a feeling though, so this is like a green, but it's full of definitely purple glitter, if not like green glitter. It's definitely full of glitter. So if I was actually wearing this, this is definitely something that I would need to have put down a glitter glue, or I feel like this is gonna be something I'm gonna see on my face if I was gonna wear this makeup anywhere. After this, I plan to wash my face and go to bed. But it's going on nicely. I'm just going back into that Run This Town and blending out the edges a bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to take this Alamar Cosmetics, I don't think it has a number, it's just a flat shader brush. And then I like to just go and tap it. I feel like that kind of helps it not look too harsh and helps that blend kind of get started. Alright, so now going into that lavender shade is called Bougie. I remember this shade in the Bad Habit palette was like so pretty, but I remember being so frustrated trying to work with it. It's hard to see details of the eyeshadows that I'm used to, because when I sit at my desk I have like, it's either 5 or 10, I honestly don't know what it is. I think it's just 5 times the magnification, and I always use that when I do my eye makeup so I can see like texture really well on my eyelid. But right now I'm just using the palette's mirror, and I feel like it's so far away. And I don't know if you think like I'm dipping in too much. I'm someone like, I'm very lightly when I dip in, and I like to pat on my eyeshadow to help it get like really good full pigment. So it's not because this isn't pigmented that I keep going back and forth. It's honestly part habit and just partly that I find that no matter what the eyeshadow palette is, if I just like go in and tap in and press on instead of like loading up my brush and then swiping all over, it's just my preference, I guess. I feel like I didn't do very good at carving this out. It looks a little funky, but oh well. Just blend that in a little. But anyway, there we go. Let me get a magnification mirror. Yeah, okay, so that definitely looks thinner than the Bad Habit formula, because I remember with the Bad Habit, this shade was so pretty. What was that, the Aura palette? I keep referring to it, I think it's called the Aura palette. This shade was gorgeous, but it was so thick on my lid, and whereas this, I feel like I have the opposite problem, and that just looks a little thin. So I'm definitely glad I did cut it out, because that helps it with having that concealer down. It kind of hides the fact that it is sheer, because I feel like it looks just fine, besides my cut crease being wonky. But yeah, no, I like that. And I felt like the shimmers went on really nice. Definitely a ton of fallout and glitter. So like I said, if I was gonna wear this all day, this is definitely something I would have applied glitter glue underneath both of these shades. I'm going to go into Gin and Juice, just a brow bone type of shade, and put this on my brow bone. I'm good with the eyeshadow for now. I'm going to do, you know what? Oh no. I left my Vamp stamp down or upstairs in my drawer. I don't want to create a wing without it. I guess I'm just gonna have to. This is the CoverGirl Get In Line Active Liquid Liner. I feel like I'm gonna be rusty now. Seriously, y'all, this past month that I've been using the Vamp stamp, I think maybe once I've done my own wings, and they were just because I just wanted baby wings that day. So I ain't gonna be talking while I do this. Okay, that looks good. Hard part is to do it on the other side and make them match. So we're gonna call that good, even though it's a little wonky, what's new. But the liquid liner, I feel like it's pretty good. It looked like it was a little sheer in a couple areas, but I went back over it and it was fine. I think the only con, first impression, remember this is the first impression, but the only con that I kind of found a little, is that it's a very short, like the brush itself is very short and stubby than I'm used to, and it's also extremely flexible, more flexible than I'm used to. So that was a little, I just felt a little unsettled working with it, but overall, yeah, I like it. All right, now for the face. I think I'm just gonna leave y'all where you're at. Let me know if you don't like being this close. I'm starting out with the Smashbox Primerizer, and I'm just going to apply that because, as you guys I'm sure saw from the thumbnail, I'm gonna include it, but I'm using, or gonna be using today, the Morphe foundation. And while I have very oily skin, everyone's been talking about like how super duper matte it is, so I'm a little scared, so I figured that's a good primer for me to use even though I'm super oily. A bit of a confession, I've actually worn it twice now because I just couldn't wait. I know I should have waited for the first impression, but it came in the mail. It was still 2 more days before I was going to be able to film this, so I actually wore it yesterday and then all day today, so a bit more of a first impression, but I figured more information than not, and if you were, if you don't want to wait till the end of February to find out my thoughts, this might give you guys a little bit more of a solid opinion for me towards this foundation than if I just wore it once for literally an hour while filming this. So anyway, I'm going to be using my Morphe sponge to apply this. I got the shade F2.20. Their shade range was very difficult because I want to say I got the neutral tone, because while I feel like I am definitely more yellow tone when it comes to, I feel like I have glitter all over my face now. Oh well. I definitely feel like I'm more yellow tone, but when I was looking online, the next shade beside this that had a yellow tone to it looked yellow. Like yellow. And I went and looked up swatches and it looked yellow, and I'm like, I don't have that much of a yellow undertone, so I figured I'd be safer going with neutral, and I could always just add, my olive mixer to it, than ending up with a yellow foundation. So yeah, that's already blended out. That's another thing. I just find that this blends out so quick. I definitely find out that I want to be especially careful around my nose, because this being the type of foundation it is, clinging to dry patches and whatnot, I want to, make sure that's well blended out so it doesn't look too cakey. Today, right before I washed off my foundation, I couldn't really see that it settled into the lines, and so that this morning I used a sponge to apply, and then the day before, yesterday, if you guys want to see, there's the difference. That's why I was doing this. It's actually surprisingly a light coverage. Like, I wouldn't call this super heavy coverage, because got some on the side of my hand. Because if you can see, like, I still see my skin through it. So like, I feel like weren't they like promoting this as like a super full coverage? Now I am using it with a sponge, so that always does sheer it out, but I don't know. Even when I used, oops, I was squeezing it. Even when I used this with a brush, I felt like it wasn't like extreme coverage or anything. But anyway, so yesterday I used a brush, today I used a sponge, and I didn't notice those lines on around my mouth like I did yesterday, so I definitely think the sponge helped to, I don't know, apply it more sheerly and help it settle in better than the brush did. Maybe the brush made it too heavy, so I don't know. Those are the only two ways I've applied it. But yeah, there it is. I don't know. I'm not, whenever I put it on, I'm not mad at it. I don't really see big issues. Like I said, yesterday there was a little bit of lines around my mouth halfway through the day, but at the end of the day it was really only like my forehead lines and then around my nose. But honestly, everywhere else, I felt like it looked really good, and it was also I felt very light on my skin. Like, I could kind of tell that I had foundation on, but nothing intense. But at this point, I feel like it's not terrible. It may end up being an average foundation, but it's definitely not like the worst I've ever applied to my skin. So let's move on. So we're trying the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer again. Let's hope it works better for my under eyes. It's really light though. I got light sand and it's light. So we're gonna be extremely brightened today. I feel like I should probably not put much. I feel like it's not wanting to blend out right here, which is odd. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I definitely feel like it's way too light. We already know it's not gonna work on my eyes, so I can't use it as a base. So I may have to go in and exchange it for a shade in order to continue testing it. I don't know, because I think it's making my under eyes look terrible, like way too light. Okay, that blended out a bit better, I guess. I think that's fine. Let's try the other side. I'm getting weird vibes from this concealer. Let me know, at this time of recording this, you know, I haven't heard anyone's thoughts on it, and I feel like it's a little weird. I don't know, it's feeling like it's very tough to blend out. Like I'm really having to work at it. I feel like if I had dry skin, this would look 10 times worse, because I almost feel like it's catching or emphasizing what could be dry skin. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Fit Me and put it on top. I know this might kind of ruin seeing the true effect, but I just feel like it looks terrible. Much better. Okay, so I'm taking a bit of this Tarte Smooth Operator. It's like a little deluxe size sample that I have, and I'm going to set my under eyes and lightly set the rest of my face. Once again, I'm doing a terrible job telling you guys the brushes. Sorry. This is from Wet n Wild. It's like a part of their set 2 years ago. And then the other one I was using was the e.l.f. blush brush for under my eyes. It is my favorite and most used brush to set my under eyes because it's so small and perfect. It fits under my eyes so well. Alright, I'm going to just bronze a touch with my the Balm Bahama Mama, and then we are going to move on to the new product that I have to try out, which is Milani's bronzers. Okay, so I picked up the new Sun-Kissed bronzing powder in Silky Matte from Milani because packaging and presentation was really pretty, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted to try a new bronzer. I feel like I have this shade of bronzer 50 times over my collection, but I'm still always eager to add more to my collection. Bronzer is a weakness of mine. It looks really pretty. Not bad, and honestly, I probably should have just like not done the dark contour and just did it all with this, because this seems like it's one that would build up well, because kind of where I focused, I feel like it got a lot deeper, even though I didn't put too much of a contour on with the Bahama bronzer, but It definitely, I feel like, got darker. And that Bahama Mama bronzer, I feel like it's really warm for a contour. Oh, it's called a bronzer. That's probably why it's too warm. So I feel like I should have switched this around, put this as my contour and that as my bronzer. Lesson learned. I almost forgot blush. See, this is how much I am not a blush person. I was just like, okay, bronzer's done. Now let's put on some highlight. We'll be done with the face. For blush, I'm going in with the Amazonian Clay from Tarte in Ecstatic. Why was that hard? I feel like I always skip over them in my drawer when I'm pulling for stuff, so this month I was like, you gotta use them, Katie. Now for highlight, this is from Milani. It is their Afterglow. It's Strobelight. I got it as a freebie from Ulta when I ordered the bronzer. I'm using a Stilazzi L224 brush. It's like technically an eyeshadow brush, but I just started recently using it for eyeshadow because it's so big and, or eyeshadow, for highlighter because it's so big and fluffy. I haven't quite made up my mind, but honestly I don't think it's bad at all. I think it works really good. What do you guys think? I think that contours too much. That's pretty, and I feel like it's a good color for me. It doesn't look dark or muddy on me. Okay, so at this point I swing back to my eyes and I'm using this Cargo Cosmetics Swimmable eyeliner in Black Sea to line my waterline. Going back to that Spectrum palette, what should we do on our bottom? Lashes. Decisions. Let's use these two right here on our lower lashes and see how that does. I'm gonna first dip into the black, tap it off just in case it's an intense black. Ooh, pretty good. Ooh, okay. That's intense. I wanted this side to look more like this side, but take this tiny little brush. It's L04 from Sigma. Maybe I can kind of blend it out. There's nothing on this brush. I forget if I said that. Okay, and I am going to take a touch of that shade right here. It's called a Lockdown. And I'm going to, these are a lot more pigmented than I gave it credit for. I'm gonna put that on the inner part and blend it into the black. Now we're gonna go with Famous, this shade right here. It looks just like a white matte, but it's actually a kind of cream shimmer. And that's gonna go on our inner corner. Anyway, I'm gonna throw on some mascara, just a touch, because I'm actually gonna try to apply lashes. Yeah, who am I? I didn't even say it before, but that was a Benefit Roller Lash that I used for my mascara. And I got a bit of mascara on my lid. We're just gonna leave it. I forgot brows. I always forget brows. I'm gonna use my Essence Make Me Brow because I don't feel like doing my brows, so this is what I do to them when I don't feel like doing them. Okay, so now for lashes. I guess we could technically do lips next, but we'll just do the lashes because I'm excited. This is from Color Lit Cosmetics, and it's their Lashes Action Camera in the style Fearless. I thought I didn't bring lash glue for a second. Oh man, you know I left my mirror upstairs. Doggone it. I left my little Good Jane three-way mirror. Seriously. Now I really don't want to put these on. Because ever since I've got that mirror, it's made putting on lashes so easy and effortless. But now I know I'm going to screw it up trying to do it with just a regular mirror. Oh, man. I am way too pressed for time to run upstairs because if I do that, one of my children will wake up and then I will come down 30 minutes later and extremely ready for bed. So we're just going to roll with it and see how I do. But anyway, Color Lit sent me these in this style. I've already worn one a couple times in videos, but this style intrigues me because it's so like fluffy. I'm seeing glitter for my eyes on my face. I definitely need to try this palette with a glitter glue next. All right, cross your fingers for me, please. You're not crossing them, are you? Oof, I'm scared now. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been wearing lashes so much more recently because it's been so easy with that mirror. And now I'm like, wait, what do I do? There they are on. I know this side looks a little wonky because it's a little too far from my lashes, so you can see a line. We're gonna put a little mascara and see if that helps. Okay, let's round this out with lipstick and call it a night. What do you guys think of these lashes though? I think they're really pretty if I could have applied them right. Definitely really pretty for a video. Don't think I'd ever wear these lashes in real life. Though in saying that, I've actually only worn lashes like out in real life twice now. I didn't even tell you, this is from Color Lit Cosmetics. I'm such a good YouTuber. And this is a liquid lipstick of theirs in the shade Stunner. There we go, looks pretty good. Please excuse the fact that I have a bit of a dry issue right now. I'm discovering that I've been using a specific type of skincare that, or yeah, skincare. A serum that, or no, it was a moisturizer. I can't even remember. Moisturizer that was not working that you will see in a future skincare fails. But anyway, just changed it up and my lips are starting to get better. But yeah, anyway, that's why they're super dry right now. But yeah, that's how the lipstick looks. And this is how the look turned out. And my battery is now flashing at me, telling me it's low. So whew, let's zoom out, do the outro, give you guys some close-ups, and be done. Alright you guys, so there you have it. Here is the completed look. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. So far, I have pretty high hopes for the eyeshadow palette that we tried. I'm not mad at the look, and I thought the mattes were really nice. The foundation, once again, I have somewhat high expectations. I feel like it's definitely something that might accentuate my lines in my face, but besides that, I haven't had any big issues, so further testing is needed. Let's see, the contour bronzer that I used, that I should have used as a contour, really do like it. It was very effortless to blend in. It was very smooth, no patchiness. I really do like it. Lashes and lipstick from Color Lit, so far very impressed. These lashes are really pretty and pretty darn easy to put on when I actually have my mirror. You guys, I'm a newbie when it comes to putting on lashes, so don't take my struggle as the lashes fault. That's my fault. But anyway, so far I do like them, and I've worn another lash, I think it's the style Enough, in a video, and I've also worn it like just on its own throughout the day for an entire day. Really did enjoy it, thought it was very pretty. Lipstick also pretty darn impressed with. I wore this for a whole day. Thought it looked really nice. Yes, it was wearing away at some points, but overall it seems like it's going to be a good lipstick. We'll have to keep trying it. It's definitely one that's drying, so we'll have to see if it's too dry or whatnot. But further testing is needed. This is just a first impression. So far I have high expectations, high hopes for it. What else did I try? The liquid liner, so far do like it. I'll definitely have to test it more and see if it holds up to like water and stuff, since it is like an active line from Covergirl. Concealer, that was the other big thing. Concealer, I really don't have high expectations. I really need to go and see if I can get a darker shade because it's just too light, I think, for my complexion. But even with the color, you know, ignoring the color issue, it blends out weird. And I used it both with a brush when I was doing it on my eyes, and then I used it with a sponge on my, you know, for my below my eyes. And both ways, I just felt like it almost looked like, it made me look like I had super dry skin, and I feel like I don't usually. I do not have high expectations. First impressions, I don't have a good feeling on that concealer, but we shall have to see. And yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, overall, I am pretty excited about all the products that I'm going to be trying, and stay tuned to the end of the month to hear my wrap-up reviews in both my Paletopalooza and my monthly makeup review. But yeah, with all that said, as always, let me know down below what you guys thought, any way I can improve these videos, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.